protecting and nurturing someone throughout your entire identity. Isn't it a form of Shakti? So, welcome back to Literature Series, everybody. And today is the day 5 of the Navratri series of Literature Series. We are discussing the characteristic traits of Ma Skandmata and how we have such traits in literature. We are going to see it all through the literary lens. Okay, so what is the power of this? The power of nurturing. Skandmata is being celebrated on the fifth day of Navratri, and she is carrying Skand, her son, and that is showing her power of nurturing and the motherhood which a woman, the most important and one of the crucial phase of a woman's life. So as I told in the previous video in D4 only, that creative power also is there in every woman out there, irrespective of the other work they create in their lives, right? So they are actually creating an entire life, and we need to respect it very much. I said this, right? You remember. But in day 5 we are discussing more through that this entire phase, the motherhood phase of nurturing, of caring, protecting someone throughout your life. How is it? It is so much so beautiful, but can't we think that even men can do that? Even nowadays, when we are talking about equality, why not? A man also has that equal responsibility of nurturing a child, of caring of a child, of raising them up, and being responsible for every activity that child does throughout his life. Why always, if the activity is done, something wrong is being done by a child, your mother didn't give you the proper moral senses, didn't taught you ethics. But when you do something really big, पिता का नाम रोशन कर दिया. You just made father's name so much fame. You have made your father very, very proud. Why is it so? Why both of the parents are not responsible and not being talked about each and every time of you know irrespective of the work a child does? Why both are not responsible for every activity, right? So they of course, I don't say that parents should be even responsible for a child's activity, as we know that in foreign countries after 16 a child is responsible for their own activity, have their own finances being managed by them, their own selves, right? So yeah, that is a different thing, of course. But if you are talking about women into such sense, then why not men also? You should not talk about any parent when a child does anything wrong like that, of course. But we are discussing here that this responsibility of nurturing, of caring a child when that child is really small, it's of both the parents. And every male can have that feminine energy, and that will create wonders into your life. Now, how we have such beautiful women, such great women into the literature. We have Makunti, who, in exile also bears up her child. Masita also does that, right? Susan, we also have her in the mayor of Casterbridge, who is being sold to a sailor by her own husband, but she bears that child up till so long, and she had that integrity, dignity inside her alive. She does it so much so beautifully that Elizabeth Jane is being born with, born and brought up so gratefully. She is such an intellectual girl, right? So, how she's doing this even when she's being sold? She cares, nurtured her child, irrespective of the fact that her husband doesn't does that, right? And Susan is someone else, a sailor's daughter. When the husband gets to know, he's being shocked, identity crisis, not being able to connect to that daughter. But Susan, she's such a great mother. She's thinking about her daughter, and she does that throughout her life. She dies with even that thought, that how will her daughter be enduring, and how her daughter will be living, with which partner she should get through, so that her life becomes a beautiful one, not a tragic one like she suffered. Okay, so you see that motherly thing is so much so that even when she's dying, she's being concerned about her daughter only. This is so beautiful if you have noticed it in the Mayor of Casterbridge, right? We have so many so examples in literature and into our real life. We all know what our mother does for us, right? We all need to respect that nurturing power, which we actually don't do, right? In reality, we don't do that. Believe me, you would hardly see any, some of the, of course nowadays things are changing and you see them in some elite classes and some of the people who are financially great very much, but even who are some of them don't have this intellectual bit to actually respect a woman. Okay, so you have to have both of the things to actually think about it, and I'm actually giving you that, right? Through these video I'm trying to explain you, so please understand, if this video reaches you out, that you need to respect a women and have really great sense of responsibility, because now times are changing, and with that you need to change. You need to respect women for bearing up a child, because of course, giving birth to a child is her responsibility. That creation, she has that power. Okay, got it, but you need to respect that power. But after the child is being born, changing diapers, waking up late nights, holding each and every responsibility of the child, until and unless they are stable enough, it's the responsibility of both the parents. And if you got this, you will really be respecting and honoring, as well as worshipping the Shakti and the Skandmata into real and true sense. So if you've got something from this video, give it a big thumbs up. You'll be seeing the day 6 video super duper soon of Navratri series, and for viewing all of the Lechit series, you can see in the description box we have the entire playlist.